Breaking news out of Portland, Oregon. A federal judge just extended her order blocking President Trump from deploying National Guard troops to the city. And what's unfolding reveals something deeply disturbing about executive overreach and the weaponization of military power against American cities. This isn't just about Portland. This is about whether a president can occupy cities that don't share his politics. Here's what's happening. Trump wants to send up to 400 National Guard troops to Portland, claiming it's a war zone overrun by domestic terrorists attacking an ICE facility. But the reality? Portland police made 0 arrests between late June and late September at these protests. We're talking about small, mostly peaceful gatherings, sometimes just a couple dozen people. Yet Trump federalized the Oregon National Guard anyway. When a federal judge blocked that, he tried sending California troops. When she blocked that too, he deployed Texas troops to multiple cities. This is a coordinated effort to bypass local control and occupy Democratic-led cities. Now U.S. District Judge Karin Immergut, a Trump appointee from his first term, just extended her orders blocking any deployment until Friday. After a 3-day trial, she concluded the Trump administration cannot prove protests are out of control or that federal officers can't do their jobs. The evidence showed something disturbing. Federal law enforcement has been the escalating force, deploying tear gas against calm crowds and hitting police officers and journalists. Police records described crowds as low energy. Judge Immergut wrote, "This is a nation of constitutional law, not martial law. Defendants have made arguments that, if accepted, risk blurring the line between civil and military federal power." A Trump-appointed judge warning that Trump's own actions threaten constitutional separation of powers. Let that sink in. During the trial, emails revealed 9 Oregon National Guard members were actually deployed to the ICE facility in early October, apparently defying the judge's order. They quietly completed their shift and left. The Trump administration tried circumventing court orders multiple times. First, California troops, then Texas troops for Portland, Chicago, and other locations. When Judge Immergut pressed the Justice Department lawyer in an emergency late-night hearing, asking, "Aren't the defendants simply circumventing my order?" the pattern became undeniable. Trump himself said he was authorizing full force if necessary, without specifying what that means. Here's the painful irony. When actual scandals emerge, when we learn about $1 billion in suspicious transactions potentially linked to Epstein's sex trafficking ring, when 20 victims are begging Congress to act, Trump's response is silence and cover-up. But when peaceful protesters gather outside an ICE facility, suddenly he wants to deploy hundreds of troops. In the UK, officials lost positions over Epstein connections. Prince Andrew was stripped of royal titles. But here, the Trump regime is too busy trying to occupy Portland to address real documented crimes in those sealed files. The priorities couldn't be clearer. Protect the powerful, punish the opposition. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is reviewing this case. A divided 3-judge panel already overturned part of Judge Immergut's order. 2 Trump appointees showing extreme deference to presidential power. But an 11-judge panel is now reconsidering, and Judge Immergut's latest ruling after the full trial makes clear the federal government failed to prove its case. There's no rebellion, no emergency, just a president trying to use military force against cities he doesn't like. This is what authoritarianism looks like in real time. Not tanks overnight, but a steady erosion of legal boundaries. A president who sees court orders as obstacles to work around, not laws to follow. If he can do this to Portland, he can do it to any city in America. Hit subscribe and demand accountability.